Hey everybody, it's the Old World Gamer, and I just decided to do a vlog, I guess as a huge New Year's thing, let you guys actually know exactly what I'm going to be doing this year, and I don't know, I've titled this vlog Anxiety Rising for a reason. I have a lot of anxiety built up from just, worrying about this and that, and I'm sure everybody else gets anxiety too, and that's understandable and stuff, but I basically just wanted to discuss everything that's, I guess, kind of I'm worried about in my life, whatever, and that I kind of want to try and fix in the new year. And I know I've been talking about this kind of stuff for a while, like I gave up the smoking, and I've been trying to get back into shape, but obviously Christmas put an end to that pretty quickly, so I'm starting up again as of, well, today. So I got some weights for Christmas, so I'll be using those. I'll be using the Wii Fit and Wii Fit Plus, as well as there's another one that we got, I can't remember the name of it now. But anyways, I'll be using the exercising games and stuff that you have for the Wii. I have a Wii balance board and that kind of stuff. And I'll be using my weights, I guess more or less tone my arms and stuff. I don't know what else I could do other than, just dumbbells that you can just, pump like this, more or less. So that's what I'm going to be using, I guess, to try and get into shape. But I guess, I'm going to start off with, I guess the weight issue is, I haven't weighed myself over Christmas at all, and I'm kind of afraid to do it, to be quite honest, but I'm probably going to have to do it again to show you guys, again, a starting weight, and then show you guys, my progression as the weeks go by. And I have a pretty decent college schedule for this year, or for this semester, because I only have the one course. So, I usually have Fridays off, so what I plan to do is I plan to do a vlog like this every week, just to let you guys know, how things are going, my overall mood, I guess any news or anything important that you guys might want to know, I don't know. And I'm also going to be doing a Wii Fit and weigh-in video every Friday, so it might not always be Wii Fit, it might be, I might play Wii Sports Resort and just, exercise by doing some sword play or throwing frisbee, or I know that's not very much in the exercise department, but I guess any is better than none. But I won't be really, I'll try and get a big bulk part of exercising, like at least a run or something in, just to show you guys those kind of things or whatever. And so I'm hoping, to be quite honest, I would like to get my weight down to by about 100 pounds or 80 pounds or something, around 200 pounds would be great for me. If I lost 100, I'd be around probably 180, maybe 170, but that's I think that's a bit too much. I am a bigger built guy anyways, so if anything I'll probably lose the fat and hopefully put on muscle, which is great. I would love that. I mean, look at this, this is a fat face, man, and I'm just so sick of looking at myself here in the camera and just like, I don't know, almost being disgusted with the way I look sometimes. I don't know. I know I shouldn't feel like that, but I mean, everyone has, reasons why they don't, like their appearance, or, it's not only, pretty people who, worry about their looks and stuff. Everyone worries about their looks, and, because everyone wants to be liked, even based on just appearance and stuff. And, I'm not saying that that's what I care about or anything like that, but you know what I mean. Like, I would like to lose the weight, for one thing, just to be healthy. That's all I really want to do, is be healthy. And, I guess, not feel like I'm out of breath or feel tired all the time and lazy. I'm sick of it. And college is going to be great. I guess I only got the one course, like I said, to worry about, which is analog electronics, and I failed it last time with a 30, which is kind of sucky or whatever, but that's all I can do. And this year I'm hoping we have a new teacher. It's a teacher that I really like, so I mean, I think that's going to go over well. And I'm hoping that then in the new semester that everything will go just as well. I'll be working on a thesis a lot, and I'm afraid it's going to, cut into a lot of my YouTube time, which is, understandable, obviously. I'm in college, and I'm trying to finish up my last year and, more or less start my life. I mean, originally, I started out on a 5-year plan, where the first 3 years, obviously, I'm going to be going to college. And then in the 4th year, I want to be able to get a job, pay off my debts, and I want to get engaged. And I mean, I'm 30 years old. I'm sick of living off the lowest amount of money and just feeling poor, or whatever you want to call it, all the time. And it's not like I'm horrible and like I'm only living off of like boxes of Kraft dinner every day. It's nothing like that, but I mean, still, it would just be nice to live normally and not have to worry about money. I mean, why not? Why wouldn't anyone want to feel that way? But yeah, and anyways, in my 5th year is when I actually plan on hopefully getting married. So I'm on my 3rd year right now, so hopefully after this 3rd year is over, I'll be able to start on the employment and paying back my debts, like student loans and stuff like that, and, getting engaged. Me and my girlfriend Robin, I think it's sad for me to say that I'm not exactly, it might be 10 years now. It's either 9 or 10 years now that we've been together. I can't remember if it was 2003 or 2004. I think it was 2003 though. But she'll probably give me a smack for that later for not remembering. But yeah, we've been together for a long time, like since one of my other times in college when I was doing commercial cooking, which I finished, with flying marks. It was great, but there's just no work for a Newfoundland that's worth doing, really. So yeah, that's my 5-year plan. Obviously, like I said, I plan on getting married within the next couple of years. So I mean, that's something to look forward to. I mean, obviously she's my best friend and stuff, and we've been through a lot of things together. We rarely ever fight. We have a lot in common. She's getting into LPs. Like for me, I guess, like, she makes a lot of, I mean, I can't get into, doing nails and stuff, like nail polish and stuff. I mean, it's not something that most dudes do. I guess I could, but I don't know. For me, obviously, I don't want to do something like that. But, yeah, she's gotten into LPs and stuff, and that is awesome. It's just nice to have somebody around to be able to converse about that kind of stuff all the time. Or at least have, something else in common as well. I mean, she used to not play games as much before she knew me, so she's come a long way from, just playing a few games, and now she's actually, dedicated to doing an LP. And, yeah, hopefully she continues on with it. And I hope that, everyone actually likes her videos and stuff. She still has a little way to go. I mean, she has to do more networking herself, because I think that's why she's getting a few views and, not as many people, subscribing or, even talking to her much now. But I mean, with more time comes more. Yeah, sorry, that's my phone. I'm getting text messages there. But, yeah, I think that within this next year she'll do fine, and she'll pick up on it more and probably get more into it and stuff. Another thing that we're probably going to consider is moving, and I guess that all depends again on the employment kind of thing. And if I find employment somewhere and they offer me the right amount of money, the right kind of situation kind of thing, I'm probably going to take it. I mean, why not? Everyone needs to make money again. So I don't know where I'm going to end up yet. I mean, I'm hoping maybe Nova Scotia. I might be down in the States yet. Like I said, it all depends on where I go. It all depends on, what I do with my skills, how I try to improve this year. If I actually get into doing, like, one of my projects I have to do this year for myself, and eventually for my thesis, and which is going to help me for my thesis, is to work on using the Eclipse IDE using Eclipse for the Android IDE, and trying to, I guess there's a project that I want to work on, like, for myself. It's an application, and I'm also thinking about making a very small game, possibly for Android as well. So I mean, that could possibly be a couple things that could get my foot in the door for maybe programming for applications or games or something, anything like that. I'm not even sure where I want to end up, really. I mean, maybe I'll do graphic design, like building web pages, because I do like using CSS. I think PHP MySQL, the more I use it, I think the more I could get into it, because now I understand what it can be used for other than just a database. Because when you think database, you just think that, okay, well, you're just storing a bunch of things in one place and that's it. But it's more than that. Like, you can create a web page based on using database information for logins and for, being able to add and take stuff away from databases, so you can have a list of people and stuff like that. It's very complicated in some respects, but at the same time, it can be simple. So, but yeah, I don't know where I'm going to end up to. I might, it all depends on where I end up moving. I mean, there was one guy that finished the same course as me as the year that I started, And by the time, and unfortunately, I didn't know him that well. I just knew of him more or less through my girlfriend knew his mom, and he actually passed away not too long ago. But before that, he was working, and he was fairly frivolous with his money and stuff, apparently. So, I mean, he was making like a six-figure salary. I think it was like $150,000 a year from one company. Plus, he had his own company, and the company that hired him for the $150,000 paid to have his company, his new business that he wanted to start, in their building. They were going to pay for it all, and he could pretty much hire a team. I think he was getting an extra $100,000 a year just from that. So, I mean, he was basically making, $250,000 every year. So, and that's not to say, what money he got from the work, besides that. So, I mean, there's a lot of money to be made in the field that I'm in, which is software engineering. In case you guys don't know what I'm talking about, it's electronics engineering, actually specializing in software. And so, yeah, I guess that that all depends on where I'm going to get my job and where I'm going to actually move. So, the next thing I guess I'm going to talk about is, my gaming. I recently played some games for streams and stuff, and I quite honestly felt like I was horrible. Like, I never even played a game before. That's the way I felt, and I don't know, maybe, and I'm not going to blame it on the Sega, because, quite honestly, I owned the Sega growing up, and I loved the Sega. I thought it worked quite fine for, a lot of games. There's a lot of great games for Sega that people just don't even bother with, because Nintendo was that saturated back in the day that's why people stuck to those. That's why, why did you get into Mario? Because that was the big thing at the time, and everybody else knew about Mario, so then therefore you didn't feel out of the loop by like, who's Sonic? That kind of thing. So, but I really felt like I was really horrible at playing a lot of those games. I played Wily Wars, and there was a different kind of feel to the game. It wasn't as smooth as Mega Man, in my opinion. Like, I've never had that much trouble with Mega Man 2. I mean, I'll go play it right now on the NES, put it in the hard difficulty, and I can guarantee you I'll get through it way faster than I did in that fucking Sega Genesis one, the Wily Wars. And I was kind of looking forward to it, because it was, I'd have to beat all three Mega Man games. Then there's an extra part after, I think, with like 2 or 3 extra robots that they made just for that game and stuff. So, there was a lot to that, and I just kind of felt like, that's a game that I'm fairly good at. I mean, I'm not trying to be egotistical or anything like that, but that's one of the games that I feel I'm fairly good at. Same thing as Mario. I'm always good at Mario games, and, I guess platforming things are my thing, but I just felt like I was bad, like really bad. So I've got in my mind now that I actually want to practice gaming a lot more as well, just so I can get a good feel for when I go into a stream and I want to play a random game that I've never played before, because that's what all those games were. It was all games I've never played before. And yeah, I'd like to go into a stream and actually be able to do something worthwhile rather than have to fall back on all the same games that I've always played throughout my life. I mean, it's kind of boring for me then, kind of. And then it kind of takes away from, if I want to do an LP of that. Like, I finished Mario World the other evening, and I mean, it was fine and fun and all, but at the same time I kind of felt like, I wish I could have, played one of those. I wish I could have finished Wily Wars. That's basically what I'm trying to say. I wish I was just better at gaming, and I think I've lost my touch over the years, because going to college and moving around and stuff, there was more, going out trying to get girls, drinking, other things that, that I don't really need to talk about or whatever, but, or I'll probably discuss in another video, because I'm probably going to tell you guys about a lot of other, I guess, personal things eventually. Nothing too drastic, but I just guess some kind of warning. And oh yeah, by the way, it's going to probably say in the description, if you haven't noticed already, this is going to be a long video, and if you don't feel like watching, that's fine. So there's a lot of stuff I want to just be able to talk about and get out, and know that I've at least tried to put it out there for people to listen and be able to talk to me and find ways to come and talk to me about this kind of stuff and be able to relate, to know that, there's other people out there who probably have the same exact problems, the same issues. Everyone has issues and struggles in their life, and that, we're all the same, more or less. So, again, I guess getting back to, my next topic after, feeling like I'm, playing games real shitty, is friends. Right now, I'm a very, negative person for the most part. we have a lot of issues in our family, like there's an anger issue, there's depression and all that kind of stuff, and I don't like really falling back and just blame it on that all the time, but when I do look back on the issues that I usually have with people, it's probably due to that kind of stuff, and I guess they don't really look at or consider that kind of thing. So I just feel like I've lost a lot of friends. I don't really have any friends around here anymore. Most of them either moved away, don't talk to me, and some of them just, it's not because no one did anything, they just stopped talking to me. I guess they have more important things to do, kind of thing. And then you also have friends that have kids, and they just want to hang out with other couples and other friends that have kids, because then they have something in common. They have something to talk about. Their kids can actually play with each other, and then it's less work for both of them. They can kind of catch up and relate on the same type of issues, like I'm trying to convey now. So, most of my friends right now, other than, obviously my girlfriend, which is nice to have somebody living with you all the time, but I mean, there's only so much you can, say before you told them everything, and, you want to try and keep things fresh and new and, have something to talk about, and it's nice to have other friends to hear, I guess, some of their stories or problems or, good things that have even happened in their life or whatever, just you have something else to talk about other than, yeah, I put out another video today. What did you do? Oh, I went to work and I served this person, I served that person, and yep, this happened, that's it. I mean, she has more to talk about than I do. I mean, usually I go to school, I go to my classes, and that's pretty much it. Either that or I have to sit around and wait for a class or whatever, and, I just feel like my only friends right now are the people on Skype, and most times I don't have time to talk to people on Skype a lot. There's a lot of my friends out there now on Skype that can, back me up on that. I don't have that much time to be talking to anybody ever. I'm always trying to, I guess, make myself better, video-wise, life-wise, that's why I'm saying, like, I have that many things on my mind that, I'm getting this anxiety. That's why I want to do this, and I know I've probably said that at the first video, but again, I'm just reconveying that message. So, yeah, basically my only friends right now are the ones on Skype, and I wish I could have more time for them, but, it's just hard between everything else I want to do, and I don't want to leave, I don't want to be the guy who just spends his time on the computer and just ignores his girlfriend either, and, yeah, and as for my negativity, it's just, I just feel like everybody's always out to get me, or there's a plot against me or something, you know what I mean? It's, well, I guess I should talk about that in more depth rather than say that, because then it sounds like I'm fucking retarded. But it just feels like sometimes, like, sometimes I feel like people are talking behind my back or something like that. Or, I'll notice, I guess, little things that people do in what they say and what they do. And it irks me. Like, there's some people that, quite honestly, like, I'll use YouTube as an example. There's some people who don't want to watch my videos, but yet they're messaging me and talking to me on Skype and trying to tell me to go watch theirs, and I kind of feel like saying to them sometimes, like, okay, first, I've made it quite clear that I usually don't watch any games that I don't want to play or that I don't really care about. Don't come to me with Black Ops and shit like that. Don't come to me with, these Zelda things that everybody's been doing. If it's a more original game and it's, again, more retro, like 16-bit, 8-bit, or even a 64-bit, 32-bit, whatever, that's fine. Something fun or different, like a PC game, like an older PC game, not Containment, not fucking Happy Wheels, none of that bullshit. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see games that are overplayed. Don't tell me about your Pokemon, because, see, again, that's my negativity coming through. And it's, it's not that I want to be negative towards you, it's just that I don't want to watch another Pokemon fucking LP. Why? There's that many that you think that you're the only person that has that? I don't have time to watch Pokemon again. Like, what are you going to say that's any different than anybody else? There's only so much informational you can be before there is no more information to be given out. You play it a certain way, someone plays it a different way. Okay, great. But, it's the same thing as watching someone play Black Ops. Yeah, okay, you popped around the corner and shot someone in the head. Yippee. I don't care, But, if it's something that I like, if you're doing a Mega Man game, I'm probably going to go watch it. That's just who I am. I like those games. I love Mega Man games. So, that's one of the reasons why I bring that up. But, yeah, that's what I'm talking about there in saying that, I noticed when people are doing that kind of thing, like, okay, I'm not gonna watch your videos, but you should come watch mine. It's like, well, why should I? You know, and that's when I get negative. I feel like telling you to go fuck yourself, and yeah. Okay, I guess moving on from that. Family, Jesus. Again, I guess part of my negativity and stuff. I don't really have family anymore. I stopped talking to my mom, and I stopped talking to my dad. He, I guess, reached out to me for that one whole year, and I thought it was going to be, you know, I'm going to actually have, you know, my father to actually talk to, and, you know, be able to talk about, you know, whatever with, and, you know, I thought things were going to be great, and, you know, I'm not one of those people who feel like you owe me something or anything like that, but when I was going back to school, I couldn't get a line of credit for my second year, and so I asked my mom, and she said more or less that I should have kept my first one for this or whatever, and, you know, I basically told her, like, there are other things that, you know, I'm spending money on besides, you know, I have bills. You know, I'm paying for this student loan every month, like $90 a month, just to, you know, keep the interest off, and that's coming out of the student loan itself. So there you go. There's some of the money, and, you know, bills only last for so long. Power bill fluctuates like a motherfucker. I hate that shit. And basically, she just didn't want to hear it, and, you know, I completely understand to a point, but at the same time, you know, like, you know, your family, you expect to get some help, or, you know, and all I was asking for is a signature. I did not miss one payment on that first year, and in the second and third year, because I had to rely on an actual student loan where I got less than half of what I was getting from my line of credit, and yeah, I was paying still for my line of credit, and I had to pay for bills, and I had to pay for school, and, you know, Robin's working too, but I mean, again, she only makes so much money, and, you know, I guess I just felt like, you know, my family just felt like abandoning me. Like, there was times that my parents didn't mind giving me money for whatever the hell I needed, and that's when I was doing all kinds of stupid garbage, like drinking all the time. Like, people might think I drink a lot now, but usually I don't really get that drunk because, I don't know, you gotta really get me on the go sometimes, and you kinda gotta give me a reason to drink, I guess, or whatever, but, back then I was drinking all the time because I was always going out to bars. Bars cost more money for your drinks and stuff. Then you have cabs, you probably want food, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, I was paying for rent and everything else back then. And, you know, anyways, it just felt like, you know, she didn't want anything to do with it. And I said, well, if you don't want anything to do with that, then I guess you want nothing to do with me. And, you know, it is my fault. I'm not going to, you know, debate that, and that's fine. But she more or less, you know, said to me that I was a bill. And, you know, I was taken back because, again, you know, back when she was giving me all this money, she wasn't making as much as she is now. She's probably making, like, about half, maybe, or, you know, something like that. And now she's making, you know, much more, which, again, that's none of my business or whatever. And I probably shouldn't even talk about it here, but whatever. I don't really care. But, yeah, I kind of more or less felt like she, you know, looked at me as a bill. And I just felt like, you know, geez, okay, if that's the way you feel, then, you know, I don't like being, you know, looked at like that, you know, especially with, like, I have other siblings, and I completely understand, you know, getting them whatever, but when you're talking about getting one of them a car, and when I was growing up, all I wanted was our old 20-year-old car to have as my car, and then I'm told, yes, you can have it, and then they take it away just before I go to school, and yeah, I do hold resentment for that kind of stuff, and I mean, who wouldn't? I mean, there's a lot of things that, again, I just feel like, I don't know, I just always get the shitty end of the stick in my family, and, you know, whatever. But yeah, and then going back to my dad, I guess it's the same issue. I went and asked him, well, can you sign a piece of paper for me so I can get a fucking student loan or a line of credit? And I guess he talked about it with his wife, and again, it's like I said, it's not like I felt like owed anything, but I mean, Jesus, you can sign your name on a thing. It's not like I'm gonna make you pay bills. I've never had to do that. I don't like doing that. I don't like owing people money. But I guess he talked about it with his wife, and before I left his place, we went there for the summer for 2 weeks, and when she came there, it seemed like she just wanted us gone. And they were talking about how my cousin was there one time, and they were staying there, and they always wondered why they never wanted to eat, you know, dinner with them, or why they never really talked to them that much, and why they always stayed in their room. And I have a feeling that it was because of her, because when he was just there, she was in Newfoundland the first week that we got there when we came, so we had a full week with him just there, and we had a great time. We went out a couple times, watched the movies and stuff at their place, and it was great. I had a spectacular time, but as soon as she came back, it just seemed like everything went down the hole, and it just seemed like, I kind of felt like saying, so, because, my mom wanted you to do some certain things, you flipped out and kind of left, and then because this missus is doing the same thing, but that's alright because you have kids. Well, again, that's, I guess, my own personal family problems, but, but yeah, he wouldn't sign the line of credit thing for me, so I kind of felt like, okay, well, if you can't even do that for me, then I guess the only reason why you invited me to your place was to alleviate your guilt, and I hope you feel better about it now, than that you got that off your chest and that you feel better about it. But I guess I'm still going to be the kid who you abandoned again, so whatever, that was fine. And I also have a stepbrother who was asking him for money, and he was actually giving it to him, and then my stepbrother, once he got the money, he took off and never talked to him again. And, maybe it was, had something to stem from that or whatever, but, I don't know. I assured him, like, I'm not that person. I would have still talked to him. It was just the fact that he just didn't want to do it for me, If my mother had done it for me and then he had offered or something like that, I would have said, no, that's alright, Mom's going to do it, but, I appreciate that you would have done it for me, and I'd still be talking to him today, but, it just felt like both of them abandoned me, and, again, I guess, coming from a single parent family, because my dad left me when I was younger, I just felt like I was abandoned again, and then at that point, it felt like both of them had abandoned me, and so right now I don't really have much family to talk to. I have a cousin, but I mean, she's that busy. She just had a kid. She also just wrote her first book. You might have heard it. I think she's gonna slap me if I don't get this right. Blood and Iron, I think, is the name of the book. If it's not, I very, very, very much apologize, Candace. But yeah, if you see that book out there, by all means, pick it up. Apparently, it's been hitting like top seller lists and stuff like that. As a new novelist, this is her first book. She's already got the second one done. I think she's writing her third now, and she's like 3 years younger than me, and she's accomplished something that she's wanted to do, and something that she's interested in, and I wish her all the best. I just hope that at some point in time that I kind of reach that personal satisfaction of knowing that I got to do what I want to do. But I mean, other than her, so she's busy with that, with her book and her kid, and she's got her. Again, I don't think that they're married. I think they're just boyfriend and girlfriend still. They might be engaged. I'm not even sure. But yeah, I would hope that if she got married that, she'd invite me. I mean, yeah, me and her have always been very close. I've looked at her more as a sister than a cousin, really, and I think she's, felt the same way kind of thing. So, she's pretty much the only person left in my family on that side who I have, a lasting relationship with, that I can actually talk to about this kind of stuff, or, whatever. And, someone I can reminisce with, and, still know that I still have that part of my family I can hold on to. But other than that, yeah, that's all my family. Now, I have Robin's family, but I didn't grow up with them, and they're not my parents, and yeah. Well, anyways, that's enough about family. I've already talked about my bad habits. The smoking has pretty much been gone. I still smoke other things, weed, but I try not to talk about that. Usually in streams I won't care or something like that, but yeah, here recently we're probably actually going to have to stop due to, again, money issues and stuff like that, and that's fine because, bills are more important than that. I've already talked about my lack of exercise and what I'm going to be doing about that, so I can skip that. My laziness, and I guess depression and stuff like that. sometimes I feel like that could be affecting my relationship with my girlfriend. I mean, but we both kind of have that same problem sometimes, that, you know, just housework doesn't get done, and I feel like sometimes she does a lot more housework than I do. And I used to look after the bills pretty, you know, solidly, like, you know, daily kind of thing, making sure everything was still, you know, what's supposed to be. And now it seems like, I don't know, I've slacked off a lot, and I don't know, I could blame it on YouTube, I guess. 1 second. Hello? Hi. What? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Yep. We can do that. Okay. Sorry, I'm just recording my vlog right now. It's been going for about a half an hour. No. Okay. Okay. Love you too. Bye. So I'm probably gonna cut that out. Okay. And 3, 2, 1. See, what I was saying before, I got a call that was Robin actually, is that, you know, sometimes it feels like I've dropped the ball on looking after bills and just doing housework in general. And I feel like that I should own up and man up and, you know, start doing more of the housework and taking that out of her hands, because it's not fair for her to have to go to work and have to come home and do housework at the same time. And I think that, you know, it should be equal in a relationship, that, you know, everyone should do that. And there's another couple on YouTube that I talk to frequently, actually, but mostly because they're in FOP with us, or with me, I should say, sorry, and that's Donald and Allison. And there's a lot of times that Donald will say, you know, oh, I'll be right back because, you know, I'm making supper, or I'm doing the dishes, or, you know, we're going to take the dog for a walk or something like that. And most times I don't do any of that kind of stuff. And I feel like, you know, Donald kind of inspires me to go out there and make sure that, you know, maybe I should start being a better, you know, significant other towards Robin and stuff. And then I should stop being lazy, stop watching TV, stop just watching YouTube. And when I say watching YouTube, I mean refresh, check inbox, check channel, who put up a new video. Okay, what else would I be interested in? Let's go back and watch this video again. You know what I mean? Like, I could be doing something either worthwhile. I should be commenting on your videos. I should be giving feedback to new LPers like I used to. And, you know, back in September when school started, things got too busy that I couldn't do that all the time. So, you know, that kind of thing, I do apologize. And I know I've probably said it before, and I'll say it again. I do apologize for that kind of stuff. And it's not that I haven't been watching your videos. A lot of you have watched your videos, and I hope that a lot of you have seen that, you know, I've been trying to put likes on your videos so you at least know that I've watched them. But sometimes I even forget that. Like, there was a couple of episodes of, like, Lagaya Rasaru done of Breath of Fire that I watched, and I forgot all about liking them. It only just popped in my head then, to be quite honest. And, yeah, he probably doesn't even know that I went to watch him or anything, so I gotta try and work with that a bit more. But yeah, I guess talking about my channel, I'm gonna move out of the laziness thing. But I guess getting to my channel, there's a lot of projects I want to start up. There's also my cooking channel that I constantly neglect. But there's more fun things I want to do. If I can start, you know, working and stop wasting money on garbage I don't need, then, you know, maybe I can do some new food shows. I can go out and try new things and show you guys, like, different foods like a Donair, or, you know, what Mary Brown's is and what kind of things they have there. And because I know that's an Atlantic Province thing, Mary Brown's, and they're just a chicken place, but they make really great chicken. They also have incredible wedgies, and the wedgies are these huge wedges of potatoes that they deep fry. But again, I'll show you that sometime. My battery is almost dead, so let me just grab this plug, and hope you guys don't mind. Probably just looking at a bunch of stuff that... There we go. That's better. I'm hoping that's recharging. But anyways, Yeah, what was I talking about? Yeah, my channel and stuff. So yeah, I want to work on my cooking channel a little bit more, get some more things there. I have a lot of things recorded. I also have my, there we go. I also have my turkey dinner recorded, parts of it anyways. I'm just going to kind of explain my way through, I guess, some of the video that I have. And just let you guys know, basically how I go about cooking stuff, what it looks like, the end result, the beginning result kind of thing. So you guys kind of know what to look for. I mean, most of the stuff is pretty straightforward and, just, I guess, smart thinking, or, not smart thinking. What the fuck am I talking about? Just thinking about, things that, people need to know in the video kind of thing. But anyways, that's besides the point. Let's see, like I said, there's two things I want to be working on for the Android, and once I get them, done so far, maybe I'll make videos about it. I don't know, or maybe I'll make a new channel that I could use as a portfolio type thing. There's also, there's some new skits that I actually want to do on my video, or on my channel. Just short videos of me just doing something funny, or talking about something funny, or acting something out that you guys might actually find funny. So, to let you know that even though, like right now I got anxiety and that I'm, kind of feeling a little bit depressed about some things, but, even though I'm like that, for the most part, I try to be, a comedic, funny, humorous person. Just so I don't feel so down, so people don't know I'm feeling so down, and that more or less, just just know that I'm not a bad person, or I don't want to, like I said, I don't want to say that I'm always depressed. I don't want to say that I'm always, that I always have anxiety. I don't want to always say that I'm upset or mad or anything like that. I always want to be a happy person, and like I said, because of some of these problems, that's, why it kind of takes away from that, so, but, yeah, I want to show you guys that I actually do have humor. I try to convey that in my LPs, but sometimes I'm just not feeling it, other times I'm just tired, and, I don't know, sometimes I just don't know what, people want to hear in LPs, and, what it takes to grow. But I mean, I haven't been doing horribly, because there's a lot of people that have subscribed to me, but you just don't get those views, and that's what I don't understand, I guess, about a lot of things. Like, yeah, I understand how someone with 200,000 subscribers gets, 300,000 views, because there's probably people out there that just watch them for that, and, don't even have to subscribe to them. But I mean, when you have almost 400 subscribers, and, you're only getting 20 views, it just feels like, that you have empty subscribers that are just there to say that they subscribe to you, and they, you subscribe to them back. I mean, a number is a number. I'd sooner have people actually wanting to watch my videos rather than just saying they subscribe to me for the hell of it, because I'll subscribe back or something, which I actually don't do. So, there's that, I guess. I do have a couple other series that I don't want to talk about too much, because I want to kind of keep them secret, because then that way, if I complete them, it's going to be something totally new and out of the blue, and maybe, something different that you're not expecting from me. Or, if something happens to the point where, the project doesn't go ahead, then, I'm not going back on what I'm saying, and that, there's, I don't have to worry about, failing at something else. I mean, no one likes to fail at something. Like the other day I was talking about LPing Blaster Master, and I did one episode, and for some reason I just never went back to it, and I never really said anything about it, but I don't know, maybe I should have, but it doesn't really matter. I probably will go back to it at some point, but again, I think I'm going to practice at some games first, try and get better at some stuff, and then try and, attempt something like that, and start attempting more fun, difficult games, and be able to play better for that and for streams. So I guess what other things I want to do for my channel, well, I'd like to work on world records again. I did do that my first year at the very beginning, but then I kind of went back on it. I did complete a world record, believe it or not. It's just that they wouldn't take it because the audio didn't get recorded. Thank you, Dazzle, you piece of shit. Which, by the way, Vega, I hope that's working for you, because it did not work well for me. And I'm starting to hear from more and more people that it's not a great piece of, equipment anymore, and I completely agree. But, I mean, if it works for you, great. But as I was saying, I do want to go back and do the world record that I technically did complete. and which was I think it was for over 1 billion points or over 2 billion points or something like that. So I'm gonna go and redo that one. I'm gonna have the fastest time. I'm hoping that they just get the people who take the world records have just gotten taken over by, I guess, a new group of people or whatever. And I'm pretty sure that it's legitimately like Guinness world record type thing. So no, I'm not gonna get paid for getting a record or anything like that. And I don't think they even do that anymore. I don't think so. But I'm going to go and look it up because I think that it should be allowed that, if I finish a game with the highest amount of points and there's no record for the fastest time, even though they have it listed there as a record, just waiting to be, taken by somebody, then I think I should be able to do 5 records in the one video. I don't see why not, as long as it's all there. But, I've done it all on recording, the NES straight off the fucking TV. So that way they can see themselves that it's the NES right off the TV. So, let's see. I do want to do world records. Let's see what else I got. I've talked about most of that. I guess the next thing I could talk about, or one of the last things I could talk about, is I was thinking about doing a collaboration channel, and this happened when I was, discussing about, should I get out of the community groups and, just do stuff on my own, or, what I should do, because I wasn't sure where everything was going. I didn't feel like the community was that involved in anything, that they didn't really want anything other than a feature on a channel like FOP, and, that's kind of sucky. And, and then I was wondering, about working with Vega and Vega.com and, her moderators and stuff, in which I did get recently placed into her site as a moderator, so I will be doing stuff with them soon. And I'm thinking that I'm probably going to be cross-platforming, cross-channel, using podcasts and stuff. And I just did one last night for my channel, but I'm wondering, should I keep them for my channel or should I span them across, FOP and Vega.com? So I'm not 100% sure yet what we're going to do, or what I'm going to do yet, so I'm going to, take the time and look that over and think about some things. But there was, I was thinking about a collaboration channel thing that, if nothing works out with FOP, because this is right now, everything that's happening with FOP is more or less on a, if it works, then we're going to continue on with it. If it doesn't work, we don't get enough, involvement into all the groups. Lots of people want to get on Challenge Fridays and the game reviews. I don't think if they realize that if we don't get enough people for advertising and networking in the most important groups, not look at me groups, I'm sorry, but that's what a lot of you are probably thinking. That's why you want to review games. That's why you want to have your reviews on the channel. Okay, I mean, I'm saying I'd like to see reviews based on, like someone was saying about, just based on your opinion. No, you get a general opinion first about how anyone would look at the game. Then you give your own, personalized opinion. And I think that a lot of people are just going to want to do it, again, same thing as the feature, just because it's for them and them only, that's it. And if that's the case, again, I just don't want anything to do with the community that's only out there for themselves. So, and I'm not saying that the community is like that. There are a lot of people in the community who are dedicated people, really nice, go out of their way to actually do things with other people, and then there's other people that, sign up for a feature, and that's it. That's all they care about. And you can tell who's out there for that kind of stuff. And a lot of those people are the people who actually end up watching my videos, or, I can say probably about maybe half of the people who actually, care enough to actually, come to the FOP stream, who actually have the time to, go to the forums and actually talk there, go to the website and actually chat with people. Those people know who they are, and those are the people who, deserve features. Those are the people, who should be, those are the people who know how to have a community, as opposed to those who just say, yep, I got your box, I got your subs, feature. And I just don't want to be a part of the community that's all it cares about. That, I'd sooner just talk to those 10 or 20 people out there who actually want a community and just have that as a sole community. But the collaboration channel that I was thinking about was, it was more or less, I guess, a collaboration channel / site kind of thing, so that I'm sure a lot of you know, like, Pat the NES Punk and the Punk Effect. He has a bunch of people on there. Rue from Clan of the Grey Wolf is there. He does 16-bit gems. Pat does a lot of NES reviews. So anyways, there's a bunch of them there for that do just, certain kind of things, and they're all collaborated together on that one site. And then there's Normal Boots that has the Peanut Butter Gamer and had JonTron. I mean, if you get all these people together and work on one site kind of thing, you kind of have a group. It's kind of like have the Runaway Gods like Chugga and Nintendo Capri Sun and Proton John, like all those people. They have that many subscribers because they all started at the same time. They were probably more or less all seeing each other around at the same time they started, and eventually became friends because of their similarities of when they started, the games that they play, the things they're into, their subscriber base, that kind of thing. And then you have the next group of people just down from them, which is like Lucajin, Super Genius, you got Nufi Banga, you got all these people with several thousand subscribers, like between 10 and like 40,000 subscribers, and they have like that's the next group of people, but they probably all started at the same time doing the same thing, and cross paths along the way. Josh Jepson, Attacking Toucans, those kind of people, they probably all know each other because they all started at the same time. It's the same thing as the rest of us. If there's 20 people who always converse with each other at the same time, and 2 years down the road we all have 10,000 subscribers, and everyone's wondering, wow, like how come these guys know each other? It's probably because we stayed together and stuck together and talked to each other throughout our LPing careers, and that's how we do races together. That's how we know each other, and that's why everything works well, and that's why people always appreciate the same people from the same genres and the same age, like channel age and stuff like that. So I wouldn't mind doing something like that. Again, another example, Screw Attack has like oh god, I forgot their names already. But yeah, Pat's on that, and I'm pretty sure Rue's on that as well. Like, all the people from the Punk Effect, more or less, are a part of Screw Attack with, like, a bunch of other people. AVGN is on there as well. I mean, Screw Attack just takes a bunch of people and puts their videos there, and they try to collaborate for some things as well. So, I wouldn't mind doing something like that if the community doesn't work out. I would like to, find a group of people, and, they're specifically, I guess, retro gaming and stuff, and I already have a name for that and everything, so, I'm ready for that. If that ever comes up, if that ever starts, if anyone ever gets interested enough that that's what they want to start, then, I'm ready for it. Yeah, another thing that I was talking about wanting to play games and get better at games. I'm gonna try and leave TV out completely, other than watching it before, I fall asleep in bed. And basically I want to just play games all the time, and I think I'm going to try and start getting Robin into the same thing, like, oh, do you want to sit down and watch 2.5 Men again? I mean, I like the episodes, we haven't watched them in a while, so it's kind of refreshing. And I mean, I watch reruns of a lot of stuff, but I kind of feel like saying so right now I kind of feel like saying, instead of doing that, do you mind if I turn on the Wii and we start playing some Donkey Kong Country, or let's throw in Punch-Out, or let's throw in Trauma Center, or something like that, or, oh, look, the PS3 is downstairs, want to play some Rock Band? I haven't played Bioshock 2 yet. It's still in the package and I haven't touched it. Dynasty Warriors 6, I think it is. I've barely played that. Super Street Fighter 4 for PS3, and I have barely played that. There's so many games I have here I've barely played, and I just don't take the time to do it. And I guess another thing is that I don't have the friends around to play it, and sometimes I do rely on having an audience to, have a good LP, to have good commentary. That's why I don't do live commentary that often. It's because I have to try and rely on, I guess my own script in my head from, just doing it on the fly kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like, instead of, because I don't like to write stuff out usually. I'd like to just, go with watching the video and just commenting, properly like you're supposed to, and I don't know, when I try to do live commentary, it comes out like shit, because I have no one to talk to, and I have no one to bounce, my humor off of, so that I can use it properly. So I'm going to try and get back into gaming. I'm probably going to start talking to myself. Yep. Let the insanity begin. But more or less just so I can get used to, commenting on a game and things that I should be commenting in other games. So when I go to do an LP, it'll sound more like I'm doing it live, and then eventually maybe I can segue into like fully live. I tried it once before and it was bad. It was really bad. So I think I've done it for like 2 or 3 episodes of like Last Levels on Mario, and it was just like, can't do it anymore. I gotta go back to post commentary. So but yeah, I already said that I was gonna get back to going to forums and leaving comments and feedback on people's videos, and I think that's pretty much it, guys. I know it's been a long vlog, but I guess I kind of poured my heart out about some things, like my family and friends and things that I'm worried about, my whole 5-year plan and that kind of thing. But I know the people who are probably going to end up watching this, and I know a lot of the people who on my channel who won't watch it at all, and put it this way, the people who do watch this, they know that they're appreciated. They know that, they're the same people who I talk to on Skype. Those are the people who I talk to on FOP. Those are the people I race with, who I, talk to all the time, who message me, who comment on my videos, and vice versa. The people I go out of my way to actually do something for. And I think that's what a lot of people don't realize, is that if you don't take the time to, get to know these people and, feel for them and show emotion and show that you're just another real person just like there, then it's not going to go anywhere. And I'm sure everyone has the same thing in mind. I mean, who doesn't want to play games for the rest of their life making money from it? But I mean, that's not going to work if no one wants to work together. I mean, if the LP community really banded together and actually like religiously helped each other out, I mean, everyone would have thousands of subscribers, thousands of views, millions of views actually, and we'd all be getting paid lots and lots of money right now, and we could all just game and have fun for the rest of our lives gaming, just relying on product placement and advertising placement on your videos and on your channel and stuff. And I'm not saying that sell out for money or anything like that. Yes, do this for fun. That's exactly what you should be doing it for. Stress relief, having fun, making friends. But I mean, the people out there who are, like I said, I'm sorry, but I'm sure there's a lot of people who want to say that, nope, they're only here just for the fun of it. You're not going to turn down money. You're just not. I mean, why would you? I mean, not to sound like an asshole, but you'd be stupid to turn down the money. I mean, why would you? That makes no sense. So, I mean, I don't think that, we should be working against each other or, just worrying about ourselves. We should worry about everybody else, that everybody else worries about yourself as well. You don't have to worry about yourself if you're out there worrying about 50 people, then those 50 people are going to see that, and they're going to worry about you, and then, you make those contacts, you make those friends, and, you'll get your subscribers, you'll get your views, and, you can make this a living if you really wanted to. And like I said, it's nice to say that you can make a living out of it, but it'd be even nicer to say that you're making a living by, having friends. So, I guess that's pretty much where I'm going to wrap it up. It's over an hour long right now, and I'm sure you guys are probably sick of listening to me, so I will leave you with, I guess, that in mind, that, we should all be a lot friendlier, a lot happier, a lot nicer to each other, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So, as always, guys, this is Stefan, the Old World Gamer. Thank you for watching. As always, you know who you are, and you know that I love you guys for it. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys soon in a new episode. See you guys later.